What if I told you Intune actually gives you 3 different ways to handle user affinity during Apple ADE enrollment, and almost nobody explains the real differences between them? Today I am comparing all 3, so you do not have to waste time testing each one yourself. The 3 user affinity profiles supported by Intune for Apple ADE are authentication at company portal, authentication during setup assistance with Legacy Authentication, and authentication during setup assistance Modern Authentication. Let's begin. Once you assign the profile in Intune and reset your device, the very first thing you'll be asked to do is connect your device to Wi-Fi. Once connected, you'll see a screen that says it may take a few minutes to activate your iPad. And this screen is important because it only appears the very first time you start the device. If you assign the correct profile in Intune, right after this you will see the remote management screen. And here's a pro tip for you. If you ever want to confirm the correct profile got applied, just click on Learn More about Remote Management, and you will see the department name and department phone number right there, which confirms everything is linked correctly. Now I will click Enroll this iPad, and up until this point there is zero difference between all 3 profiles. They all look exactly the same. But here is where things start to split. With the authentication at company portal flow, even though this is technically a user affinity profile, it still does not ask for user credentials at this stage. The Legacy Authentication profile, on the other hand, shows you a legacy-style screen that directly asks for a username and password, but this method has a real limitation. It does not support multi-factor authentication. Now compare that to the Modern Authentication profile, which shows a proper web-based authentication screen, and this one fully supports MFA along with any future authentication methods Microsoft adds down the line. The enrolling user will enter their credentials and move forward. After this step, enrollment begins, and from here it is identical across all 3 profiles. Your device enrolls and lands on the home screen. The real key difference to remember: with authentication at company portal, user affinity is still not established at this point, while with both Legacy Authentication and Modern Authentication, user affinity has already been established right from the start. This also means Legacy and Modern Authentication will immediately start receiving both device-targeted and user-targeted policies, while authentication at company portal will only receive device-targeted policies at this stage, since there is no user tied to the device yet. Now, if you go into the Settings app and check Device Management, you will see the management profile is already installed in all 3 cases. All 3 profiles do give you the option to automatically install the company portal app, but the purpose of that app is different depending on which flow you chose. For Legacy and Modern Authentication, the company portal app is only used for workplace join or entry registration, but for authentication at company portal, that same app plays a much bigger role, because it is what actually establishes user affinity, in addition to handling workplace join and entry registration. The enrolling user logs in the company portal app and would see steps. User needs to complete both the steps. Once done, the device is full ready to use. Most of what I am sharing here, I learned the hard way through trial and error. So you do not have to. If you want every future Intune and Apple breakdown delivered straight to you the moment it drops, hit subscribe right now. That one click is what keeps this channel going.